Hey there guys, and welcome back to Bravely Default. So in today's episode, we take on Ominas Crowe, the Black Mage, and we are going to be fighting him with the power of Black Mage. This is actually a fairly easy / hard boss to fight. And I say that because we have a fairly straightforward battle strategy. With Ominas, we can use group cast all to cast a Reflect and then send all the black magic right back at him. It's pretty easy to avoid taking damage during this, and then everyone else has basically the same thing. We have MP free in a pinch, which will allow us to drop our HP and get free magics, and we have Magic Critical, which is from the Templar class. This will allow us to get critical hits with our magic, which we would otherwise not be able to get, as well as Black Magic Amp, which will increase our black magic, as well as BP recovery, so we can get extra BP whenever we sustain a status ailment, because Ominas Crowe likes to poison us and he likes to silence us and do all sorts of bad ailments and stuff like that. It shouldn't be too hard, it's just, it takes a while to knock this guy down.
Yikes! It cannot be! Idea! With the Wind Vestal and her followers? No, that can't be right! Impossible!
What are you talking about?
First, I'd like you to answer a question, Ominas. When did I leave the Knights of the Eternian Sky?
Ah! She speaks! I must be hearing things, that's it!
Black Mage! Ominas Crowe! Get a grip!
Be quiet! Don't talk to me! You can't be real, so leave me alone! I know what to do. I'll just incinerate your soul till nothing is left! What is with you people? Stay away from me! It's just not right! The cheek of it! Do you despise me that much? It was all your fault anyway! Yeah, that's it! You're the ones to blame!
I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Alright, first things first, we are going to try to sustain a little bit of damage and work towards getting that MP free in a pinch going. Then we're going to default, and with Ominas we are going to set up our Reflects. Now thanks to Group Cast All, we can reflect on all allies and avoid taking damage from Ominas Crowe. Ooh, and we can reflect status ailments, which is awesome! Now the Reflect will hold off for about at least 5 turns or something like that, and during this time, our primary goal is to knock down our own HP. Now, I could be doing this using the Monk class. We do have the Phoenix attack that drops our HP down to 1, and that would also do the exact same thing. But that would be too easy. I am not about doing things the easy way, no siree. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to default with his, build up some BP, same with Ominas, I'm going to default and build BP. Rainbow, I'm actually going to use a Turn Toxic, I'm going to use a Poison Cross Potion, and I'm not going to do it on Ominas. I'm going to do this on Adia. And with Adia, we are going to use Commerce, and I'm going to use something called Takeover, which allows us to do damage equal to our level times 50 beat or something along those lines. And we're going to do this on 2 Diz. We're going to be attacking our own comrades in order to get our HP down, so yay. No, I could just stay here all day and just let the Reflect take over, and just spam. I can just spam Reflect, and that's how easy this boss battle is, but that would take too long because he only does about 4,000 damage to himself and he has over 100,000 HP or so. So now that we have next to no HP with his, we can now activate Spiritualism. So we can go convert BP, get some extra BP, and we can go for some Fire Res. Just do all the damage. And we're going to kind of try to work towards building up a special, because that's going to be how we're going to eventually get more damage in. Ominas, her role here is just to spam Reflect, so I don't need to do much with her. And with Rainbow, I'm also going to throw... I think I'm going to go throw 2 Toxic High Potions onto Adia, try to get her down as well. This will possibly knock her out. I'm fine with that. And with Adia, we're going to do another Takeover. We're going to throw some more money at Ring a Bell. This will allow MP free and a pinch to kick in, which means we get free magic attacks, which do very little damage. I mean, look at that 200 damage that we're doing. It's pretty pitiful. I don't know what it is. For whatever reason, I cannot seem to get good damage with my magic. Okay, well, we still have a Reflex, which is good. We can use Convert BP with Tiz and then go for a bunch of magic attacks. Onions can just default, and Rainbow, now that you have next to nothing to do, we are going to go for medication. We're going to use a compounding, and we're going to make a re-rise onto, I think, Onias, just for good measure, just to be safe. Actually, I'll do it for Tiz. We'll do it for Tiz. And with Adia, we're going to Brave. We need to get rid of the poison now that MP3 in a pinch is activated, so we don't need that anymore. And then we can go Commerce, and what we are going to be using is we are going to be using something called Full Leverage. This is obtained from the Merchant class at level 14. It's a really long ways to get it, but what it does is it doubles the amount of damage, recovery, and action costs for 5 turns. So all your MP costs, they've doubled. All your HP costs, they've doubled. All your damage, however, will double as well, and this will just help to speed the battle up a little bit. So this way, all the stuff that's being reflected back to him will also do double damage as well. Ooh, nice crit! And because we also have the Fire Staff, we're also going to be doing a little bit more damage with our fire attacks. It's not really that helpful, but it will speed things up very mildly. Alright, Tiz, let's go for some Spiritualism, Convert BP, and then let's go for some Blizzards. Yes, you can kind of just, we need to get the Reflect back up, so we are going to go for a full party Reflect. Rainbow, you go for who has Re-Raise. We are going to do a Compounding, High Potion plus Cross Potion onto Anyas, just for good measure, and Adia can go for some Fires. This is a little crux of the strategy, just spam Reflect and then spam every kind of attack imaginable. I can just sit here all day, not worry about it, because I'm just going to reflect all the magic back at Ominas Crowe. It's interesting that I'm getting as much damage off of Adia as I am. I'm kind of surprised. Alright, Tiz, let's go for some Spiritualism, Convert BP, let's go for some more Blizzards, and let's go for another Spiritualism, Convert BP. Onions, you can just sit there and default, and we might as well attack with her, why not? Let's go for some Fire Guzz. Rainbow will do another Compounding, High Potion plus Cross Potion onto himself, and Adia can go for Fires. Now, ideally, I would really like Ominas to start spamming fire attacks or something along those lines at us, because his magic does a lot more damage than our magic does for some reason, because, I don't know, he spent a lifetime training in the mountains, powering up his fire to the maximum level, and he can do a lot more damage. Us, we've just kind of slapped the job class onto ourselves and just said, hey, we're magic now, and we can make fire. Alright, Tiz, what can we do with you? Well, we can go for a lot of Blizzards. Lots and lots and lots of Blizzards. We still have a Reflect up, so that is promising. Onyx can default, build up some BP. Ringabout, I would like you to do one more of those re-raises onto Adia, just for good measure. And Adia, we still have the full leverage up, so we can go for a Fire Up. Now, we do have to watch out for that as well. He can attack us with his staff, and that is enough to knock us out because we have virtually no defense whatsoever. Alright, Tiz, let's go for a bunch of Blizzards, because we did get knocked out. We did not get the chance to use them last time. Onyx, you can default. Rainbow, you can go for Compounding. I need more Cross Potions. I should have bought more before coming here, but we'll make do somehow. And Adia, you go for another Fire Gun. And everything is still in effect, so we are good to go. Ominous, please. Please. That is another downside. If you get knocked out, the Reflect falls off of you, and you can't use it again. So, once our Reflect wears off, then we'll recast it. What we don't want to be doing is we don't want to be using Reflect while we still have a Reflect on. That is bad. That's bad kitties. That is really bad kitties. So first things first, we need to get the silence off of us. We're going to go for a Echo Herb onto Tiz, and then we are going to spam the Blizzards. All the Blizzards, he needs to chill out, he needs to cool down, he needs to take a sip of some iced coffee or something. So we're going to reset our Reflect. Ringabout can go for some magic attacks, finally. So we'll go for a Fire Gut, and with Adia we'll go for a Fire Gut as well. I'm going to default with Adia this turn, We might as well get the full leverage. We'll get the full leverage back up. Ugh, that's not good. That's not good because Onyx is asleep and she's the only one that can do Reflect. This could be problematic. This could be very, very problematic. Now, thankfully, I do have the re-raise on her, so it might be okay. And Onyx is probably fast. So, Tiz, we are going to go for your special. We're going to unleash a piercing bolt. Oh no, Onyx is definitely asleep. Okay, well, Ring a Bell, you can wake her up. Let's go for a Waking Bell. And Adia, you go for a Fire God. This is bad. This is very bad for us, because we don't have our Reflects up. Oh dear. Mental note to self, if I ever do this kind of strategy again, to make sure that I give Anya some kind of immunity to sleep. Alright, so Tiz, we are going to go for some Raise. We are going to go for, just for good measure, I'm going to throw a Phoenix down over towards Adia. And I am going to... what can I do here? We're poisoned, that's bad. So we are going to take the... We're going to throw a Phoenix down over to Adia. I'm going to throw an Antidote onto myself. I'm going to throw an Antidote onto Anyas. And I'm going to throw one onto Ring a Bell. I think Anyas is faster. And so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But we're going to go for a Reflect. And we're going to also go for a Sunga, which will also take the poison off of us as well. And Ring a Bell, you can just go for some regular attacks. It really will not matter. So let's go for some Fire Guys. Alright, Reflects up. That's promising. Poisoned off. Also promising. There we go. That's what I want to see. I want to see him doing Thunder to himself. I want him to shock himself. I want him to have Static Shock, and it will be mildly painful for him, and then he'll back off. I don't even understand half the nonsense that comes out of my mouth these days. Okay, well, we have Reflect on everyone except for Adia. We have a re-raise on her, which is fine. It's fine if she gets knocked out. So with Anyas, we are going to go for 2 Braves. We're going to use... She has no more magic. Okay, we need to fix that. So we are going to go for some Turbo Ethers on herself. We're going to use 2 of them. Ring a Bell can just go for some Fires, and Adia, you can Brave twice, go for some Fires. Now, unfortunately, Adia is now silenced, but thanks to our BP recovery, we're going to get an extra BP from that, so we'll get some extra damage, which is a plus. Tiz will Brave, will go for a Convert BP, and then go for 2 Blizzards. Anyas, you can default for now. Rainbow can go for Fire, Adia can Brave all out, and we'll go for an Echo Herb, take the silence off. And then go for some Fires. We do have full leverage still up and running, so we can potentially get some extra damage in. Except when Adia gets knocked out. Okay, well, the silence is off for now, which is definitely a plus. Alright, Tiz, let's go for some Spiritualism, Convert BP, and 2 Blizzards. Reflect is still active, so Anyas can default. Ring a Bell can go for a Fire, and Adia can go for... Let's see, we need to get the full leverage back up, and then go for a bunch of Fires. Burn it with Fire, kill it with Fire. This is really challenging to come up with a strat for this, mainly because I can't really get a whole lot of damage output with just mages. Even if I were to use, say, Natural Talent and just hit Ominas Crowe in the face with a punch, it really doesn't do enough damage to knock him out. A lot of the damage that comes from, that is needed to defeat him actually comes from him attacking himself while the Reflect is up. Unfortunately, he hasn't been doing much of that, which sucks a lot. Okay, we're gonna get a Reflect up again. Ring a Bell, I need you to go for a Fire Ga, and Adia, you can unleash your special. Yes, there we go, Fire us! Do all that damage to yourself!
Now I'm serious!
Ooh, a well-timed crit there. And get that Murger in. Murger. Plus we'll get the extra boost from the special, so we get an extra 20% attack strength with our magic, which is a definite plus. And then we can do the game-breaking convert BP. I love that. I love that move so much. It's just so broken. Alright, he's also down to -1, so I can also attack with Anya's, so we'll do that. We'll go for some... Actually, I'm not going to attack with Anya's because the full leverage is active, and she will be using up all of her MP that way. So we'll just focus on attacking with just Adia, and we'll just do it with Ring a Bell. Now, I believe he has around 100,000 hit points or so, give or take. So we should at least roughly half done, maybe? Unfortunately, there's no way for me to put Examine on anybody like this, entirely because I need the ability to drop my own HP and stuff like that, so as much as I would love to have Examine on people, I really can't. But seriously, I can honestly just sit here all day and spam Reflect, and the battle would easily take care of himself. Let's see, Reflector's still active, full leverage is still active, so we're good there. I guess potentially I could also add Piracy to somebody, so I can drop Ominas' special defense, his magic defense. I guess that would also be a thing I could do. Or I could kill him with fire. And for some reason we get the Issei no Kami off of him. I don't know why he has this. Why is he holding that? It makes no sense to me. That should have been on Adia's person. Why does he have it?
There should be no more fires in town now. I was serving under the black mage Ominas Crowe when you first met me, right? It occurred to me when we came to this world that perhaps there's another version of me here. But she's nowhere to be found. I wonder why.
I'm sure there will be other discrepancies between this world and the last.
For instance, why did Ominas look so afraid of me back there? He did seem strangely fearful.
I think I have an idea.
Huh? What's that, ring a bell?
This is just a guess, but perhaps in this world, Idia's anger at the heresy of the Black Mage came to a head. She may have given him a sound beating, then left this place.
That sounds like something Idia would do. It would also explain how scared he looked.
I'll admit, even if you had not shown up in the previous world, I would probably still have left the Eternian Sky Knights. But you make me sound like a hothead who lashes out without warning.
Do not worry, Idia. You may be quick to anger, but your other charms make up for it.
Some compliment that is.
Aw, no party chat after that. But I did appreciate the cutscene. Alright, in the next episode, we will go take on Heinkel of the Sky Knights. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching this, and I hope to see you next time. Laters!